At Belfast Met we have a pretty successful programme of sports academies. We already have a successful football and rugby academy. So a few years ago I got the idea of being an ex-boxer myself of forming a boxing academy. It's our most popular sport in the Greater Belfast area, and it's also our most successful sport. So the idea came about that, you know, by incorporating boxing training with academic studies, a lot of kids that have maybe missed school or maybe haven't had the chance to succeed at school could have a second chance of getting an academic education. At the same time, they're getting top coaching from the likes of Jerry Story and Martin Lindsay, and also being given sports science and strength and conditioning support from myself and other members of Belfast Met staff.
You know, it's giving young students the opportunity to gain an academic qualification while pursuing, you know, their sporting goals, you know, whether it be boxing or maybe some are just interested in keeping fit.
3 days a week they'll be training in the gym, so they'll come in at 9 o'clock, they'll do their boxing training, which will consist of sparring, pad work, circuits, strength and conditioning up the stairs. We have a strength and conditioning suite upstairs. After training then, they'll go to class. So they're given several modules across their course, and all of the tutors on the modules are actually involved in the training of the boxers as well. So the training and the academics can actually be linked together, so they're actually learning from what they're actually doing practically, and they're actually able to develop the knowledge to go off in themselves and be able to adapt their training and apply their knowledge to their own training to make themselves better athletes as well as better students.
3 days a week we come here to train, so we do. On a Monday we don't train. We go to class, we've got 3 classes on a Monday. We go to anatomy and physiology, and then we go to nutrition with Paddy Bear. We get lunch and stuff. It's great crack.
With the diet and all, like, you have to keep an eye on your diet, and you come here and you're keeping an eye on your fitness, so it makes you more, it gives you more energy to go on and do more things.
I've been boxing now since I was about 11, 12. I was actually in college doing joinery. When I was doing the joinery myself, I was getting up too early to go a morning run. By 5 in the morning I was getting up, and then starting joinery at 8 o'clock, finishing at 4:30, 5, going to train at 6. I was eventually going to end up packing it in, the boxing, and I knew it was just, I didn't want to pack it in. I really enjoyed it. It's something I want to make a future out of and a career out of. So it's worked 10 times better. We're training starting at 9, and then you finish here, go around to college at 12, and then doing your studying. And then just being home in time for training that night full time. It's far better.
We're all training together, we're all studying together, so we're all helping each other. It's like even in anything, training camps or anywhere, when you're training together and you're studying together, you're with each other every day. Everyone in the academy gets on well together, so when we're in class we're getting on well together, and everybody's enjoying it, and it's just a lot easier because you're doing what you love, you're studying for what you love, you're training for what you love, and you're fighting for what you love.
In the Belfast area, a lot of young people are missing out on the chance to get an education. Some people might find that, you know, staying on at school might not be for them, and they might look for other pathways in which to make themselves more employable. I just feel that the boxing academy is one way in which they can do that. Gives them an interest in sport. It teaches them basic skills, essential skills, basic science skills, because a lot of the modules that they're studying will be science-based. It will give them an interest in sports science, as well as that there'll also be, you know, personal training courses that they can study, fitness instructing, which will make them employable as well.
Education comes first all the time. 90% of all our kids will be all working class kids. So this is a great opportunity for further their education.
If we don't do our work, like if we don't hand in our coursework, we're not allowed to train, we're not allowed to fight, so we have to, but we really enjoy it. It's all enjoyable. It's all sort of, most of it is built around boxing. Like there's some classes like anatomy and physiology that aren't, they're a wee bit boring, like, but you get on with them, like, and get it done. It's great.
The likes of nutrition and stuff, because that helps a big factor in sport, and especially this type of sport, like nutrition and fitness testing and all those type of stuff. That's something that is beneficial for us as athletes. We need to use, and even to go down that area, there's a lot, like in university you can go and study like nutrition. That's be a lot into nutrition for what you eat, because we obviously make weight a lot of the time throughout the year, so classes like that, there are nutrition and fitness classes, and plus our teacher, he boxes as well.
They're great to work with, and they're really keen to learn. We had a lot of them at the novice stages, but we can see them ready now. They're ready now, and they'll be starting the competition this week. For the novice competitions for them, but there's other ones that have improved and they're ready for the like of the Europeans. We'll have some good open class boxers now at the moment. Some of them high performance, so we're ready. They're going to be equally matched and they're equally looked after. They'll not be put into any competition that they're out of their depth or we think they're out of their depth. They'll be in there, and the competitions they're going into, they'll be ready and prepared. And that's where we'll get our success from. Then they go up a step ladder, they go up the ladder to maybe the universities, the open class universities. That's the target, worlds at the end of the day.
It's changed me so much, discipline, hard work, and it gives you something to work towards, and I genuinely enjoy it. Like, if you've any interest in boxing, or maybe if you don't like boxing, come down and train. But it's a great course, and John Mahon is probably one of the best tutors I've ever had in my life out of all school teachers and all I had. He genuinely cares about you. People say when you go to college that the tutors don't care about you and this, that and the other, but John genuinely does. He'll chase you down, hunt you down. He really cares about you. I couldn't recommend coming to this boxing course enough. I really enjoy it. It's changed my life. I love it.
It benefits you in every way. You're always training, your weight's coming down, other kids all coming up are worrying about their weight and all when they've got training in the morning, and here it's just falling off you, so it is brilliant.
If you just want to learn about boxing, if you just want to learn the techniques of it, not actually compete, you can just learn about, like I say, nutrition, fitness testing, all that. You just want to learn about the sport. It doesn't mean you actually have to compete. But for any other kid just wants to come up and learn, and it's keeps them off the streets as well, because they can go here during the day, and if they're going to their boxing club at night, that's keeping them off the streets, it's keeping them busy and giving them something to look forward to in life instead of just not knowing what to do. They can